Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to Cryptic Gaming. I hope you've been having a wonderful week. So we're going to be going over some of the patch notes, but first, what everyone wants to know, what does Blackwood have in store for us since the weekly reset has kicked in? Well, a couple things. First off, I do recommend that you come in here and pick up anything that you're wanting from the weekly seasonal items. If you're having problems running Infamy to get the guild marks, just go destroy a bunch of towers. Whether you're in tier 1 or tier 2, you're going to be able to get through your weekly Infamy patch. You're going to be able to pick up some quick Infamy that way. Of course, destroying ships and doing plunders is going to be the best way to do that. But if you're looking for a quick, easy way, you get 100 Infamy per tower, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, I went ahead and I picked up some more of the ammo priming bench, Nova Arma, and you can get these at Talok and, of course, St. Anne. You can pick up 10 deep iron here in St. Anne and 10 deep iron over there at Talok Panjara as well. Then, of course, your weekly items. So first and foremost, I would recommend picking up that Hubok tuning rack. You're definitely going to want it this come September 2nd when those new torpedoes come out, guys. The Hell's Gate Serpent. Check it out in the Codex. They're fantastic. It's basically like a heliport or an Ashgar going to be able to add 50% healing back to you. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see. And, of course, that medicine rack. Now, we are going to see quite a few repeats coming in here. We have the Chain Link coming back. That's going to be something great for your large ship if you are a PvP player. We're going to have Immortal Vessel, the Titan's Cuirass. These are some pretty good armors. Then, of course, your Charged Doors, Gunner's Quadrant, Beam Supports, the Electo for those of you who love those Ballista. The Hungry Pow, this is something that's actually in the past, and of course the Divine Thunder is in the past, but you can pick up some extra ones here as well. You can also build those. Make sure you track that blueprint, guys. 1,000-year monsoons, and of course large silver chest. Now, coming into a couple things here. If you're looking for a quick way to grind out some guild mark, guys, what I do recommend is run your Infamy leaderboard here. So what that is as you earn Infamy, you rank up in leaderboards. You can get up to Diamond, which is going to earn you somewhere around 12 to 15,000 guild marks, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around that vicinity. And then every week it's going to have a reset where you can get up to tier 5, and it starts, it looks like 80 guild marks, and it's going to progress each time you go through there. I just went through and I just ran the Mega Fort Wolvenhall one time, and of course almost got to 2,000 to tier 2, so that's a quick way to do that. Now, if you're unable to access that and you're kind of new to the game, you're looking, you really want to buy some of those blueprints that are over there at Blackwood, you know, looking at the older blueprint schooners and things like that, what you can do is you can actually go and just start running forts. You can run just the towers. You can start running plunders, which is going to help. Your tower is going to pay you 100 Infamy for each tower you destroy, so that's going to be pretty nice. There's a lot of towers up through here. Then, of course, as you come over here into the Indies, you're going to have a lot more towers. You're going to be able to destroy a ton of walls, which are going to pay even more Infamy as well. So you don't always have to run a plunder. Just destroy the walls, keep moving. You're going to be picking up Infamy. Of course, destroying higher level ships is going to give you Infamy as well. Running plunders are going to give you SP. Is going to give you guild marks as well. So you may be wondering, okay, what is the quickest way to get some SP? Well, they just did a update here, guys, and we posted up the chart of what they're going to do. We're going to explain the best ways to earn your SP right now. If you will, here in tier 1 or tier 2, we're going to go over both. Tier 1, you're going to be able to run Lamba Weaver, Palisade Bay, Seafood Lumberyard, and Garunde. You can do this in tier 1 and tier 2. It's going to pay 100 SP every time you complete this. Here in tier 1, 150 SP every time you complete one over with tier 2. That's running plunders. There are 4-stage plunders. They finish very quickly, very easily, nothing to it. You can knock this stuff out. The reason I added Garunde to it, it's a little out of the way of the other 3, but you get basic relics out of this one, and that is used for a lot of buyouts. So I do recommend running those buyouts. It's a quick way to get pieces of 8. It's also a quick way to be able to get your fort stacked up. So one of the things I'm kind of finishing up here is I've got, looks like 3 more locations here to get up to 5s. Then I will be completely finished 100% with the helm, and all the helm upgrades are finished as well within the actual upgrade tree. So finally done with that stuff. Definitely happy to be finished with that. That is a grind there. Now, let's discuss some patch notes, guys. Things people really need to hear and want to hear are coming and are already here. So one of the things that they're going to be doing is they have fixed a smuggler distribution system that has been addressing the changes to the smuggler pass. So that's what we were talking about, the uptick on the SP being rewarded. And again, that's posted over in our community post, guys. That's something you definitely want to go read, check it out, find out what works best for you. But I think that the plunders is really about the best way to run that. So there's also going to be a fix to a mega fort, Woven Hall. It's going to improve the reward of the ascended weapons cache. So I started saving these last week. The reason I started saving them is because I figured at some point they were going to get to a point. Let's bring up our list. I'll show you what chests I'm talking about here. We actually need to go to the warehouse to do this. So quickest way is just go through manage cargo, tab over. And in the past we've done this, and we'll have like all deck weapons and things, and they were just giving us, sometimes you get something decent, but most of the time it was some of those, you know, Culverin 5s, Culverin 3s with the Ascended and things like that on it. Well, according to what they're saying now, they're actually saying that we should be getting rid of the commons and the uncommon weapons, and it's only going to be rare and epic ascended weapons in these caches now. So I am glad that I went ahead and saved up a few of them. So we had auxiliary weapons, we had the front weapons, we have the all deck weapons, and of course top deck weapons. Now I would like to have had more chests, but like I say, I was opening them up for a while, and I finally just kind of decided they're going to have to do something on this, and it looks like they have addressed that. So that's going to be awesome for those of you who have been saving your chest. If you haven't, now you should be getting some decent stuff. Now something else I'm running now, I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to get double silver from our boxes that we've been saving, but as you can see, we've been saving silver chests, silver boxes. I've been saving these silver pouches as well. I need to go ahead and open up some of these raid caches though. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at now, and we're going to check and see what we can get out of this stuff now. As far as like the auxiliary weapons, a lot of great things to get, a lot of really awesome all deck weapons. I would love to get a fully, you know, ascended set of Nagas. We'll have to just wait and see what happens, what we end up getting out of that. And we may open some of these up in the video. Right now I'm just stacking because I seem to get better drop rates when I stack that stuff up. So they also fixed something in the time limited moonshine larceny event where it's been showing the boarding ships, the 306100 boarding thing. There's like a visual display. It's actually 5, 15, and 30. So you should be able to get those. You was always getting rewarded at 5, 15, and 30, even though it was actually showing 30, 60, and 100. Not really sure why it was showing that, but they have fixed that as well. So that's going to be awesome. So they fixed an issue where the Megaforce Armada would spawn even when the Megafort was successfully completed. Now, if you don't know what that is, then you was lucky never to experience it, because when you get a level 20 ship that comes up and he starts smoking everything on the water on your way back to the fort, it really sucks. So they have fixed that issue for those of you who ran into it. Fixed an issue where players could get stuck in a Megafort server if they attempted to leave the server by joining another players group after Megafort encounter concluded. I never ran into that personally, but apparently it was an issue, so they have fixed that. Quested contracts to fix the issue where players to get stuck in NPC menus. That happened a few times. It wasn't something I ran into quite a bit. It was on occasion though. What I really was looking forward to is they have fixed the cut for bar reward. Now, if you have been running the old bounties is what I call them, you know, they have a lot of different names, but if you've been running a lot of these bounties like we've suggested in the past, like Fangs of Farah, the Hunter Hunted, of course they have things like Blood Drunk, Apok, the DNC Naga up here at Treacherous Turn and all that. When you turn those bounties and they were giving us Kufr bars, well, on August 5th, now that's coming up here soon, on August 5th, they're going to change those Kufr rewards to guild marks. So they're going to be getting that fixed, so something to keep in mind. And it says Kufr bars awarded as bounty rewards will be replaced by guild marks on those bounties. So I don't know if that means the Kufr bars we've earned so far turning those bounties in. I actually stopped turning them in because the Kufr bars are a moot point for me. They said you could change them over for silver, but it sounds like they're actually going to fix that so we can actually be getting some other things out of it. So we'll have to wait and see. But they're going to get that where it's going to be paying out those guild marks for us instead of the Kufr bars. So that is going to be great to see. Then it says Helm Empire. They fixed an issue where smuggler points were not being awarded upon completing helm wagers. So I didn't run into that. I don't really run helm wagers. I do auto pickup. So apparently there was an issue with that. I'd not noticed the slow grind. I went ahead to hit a few plunders just to see if we're still seeing some of that delay in the payout of SPs that we were seeing. Seems like it's gotten better, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. But so far, I think they've fixed that. It was not said that they addressed it, but it does seem to have been fixed. Something to keep in mind: if you have your build set up here, we're talking about your Armada Arsenal loadouts here, and you had that bugged Leopold in there, you're gonna have to go redo your build. So they've removed that, they've fixed that issue and all that stuff. Now I do recall having seen people trying to sell that bugged Leopold for 15 million silver. I hope no one bought that thing, because basically you wasted your silver if you did. So something to keep in mind on that. Don't buy bugged weapons. They're going to remove them at some point, guys. So I hate it if someone ran into that where you got ripped off on that. It happens. But yeah, so we're kind of looking at some pretty interesting things on there. So they fixed a tier 17 Gunner Master Track that is in the pass. It says they repeated a reward for the Drowned Sea Dog crew skin. It said it is going to be the Calypso's Curse, and it should be delivered to our mailbox on August 5th. Okay, if you've completed the pass before the 29th, which today's the 29th, and I'm completed with the pass, so on August 5th, we will make sure we come to the mailbox, guys, and pick that up. Now, if you've not completed that part of the pass, then you don't have anything to worry about. They will have that fixed by the time you get to it. So that's nice that we're going to get that. We're going to be able to get that Calypso's Curse crew skin. I think it's going to be pretty awesome, some of the things coming into the game. I am definitely looking forward to some of the more intricate workings to find out what is going to be going on with this faction war. That's really sounding intriguing to me. They're not releasing a whole lot of information. They've been kind of tight-lipped. Even in their dev stream, they were pretty tight-lipped on it. But it's sounding like there's going to be certain types of items that you can actually, specific to a faction, earn from what they're saying now. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So DMC will earn one side, Campaign Royale will earn something else. Like I say, it sounds like about 99.99% sure going to be going DMC. I mean, a lot of the guys roll with the Discord leader. Why so serious earlier today, and he's still leaning DMC, which is where I'm leaning on this too. So unless they just really have something phenomenally awesome over at Campaign Royale, it sounds like we're going to be over here with the Dutch Merchant Company. So that means anyone who is Campaign Royale, you are open season coming the war faction or faction wars. We will be hunting you down. Just something to be aware of. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun on that. Of course, season 3 we have that crew officer, I guess it is, that we're going to be able to get. We're going to be able to open up certain officers. Now, I've heard rumored that there's going to be tier trees that, you know, kind of basically got like what we've seen with the helm to be able to open up upgrades and stuff. I've heard within the hand-to-hand combat system there's going to be some kind of tier tree, and I've heard that with the officer too. But again, it's not been confirmed by Ubisoft. These are just some things that I'm hearing around the water cooler, so to speak. So we're going to have to wait and see what they do. But it would not surprise me. That's why I've been really kind of hammering, you know, try to get the point across to finish off your helm upgrades, guys, as soon as you can. Work on getting your factories up to 5s. One of the things that's going to be great in this game is not having to farm anything. I don't have to farm anything, unless it's a rare item like deep iron. I don't have to farm it. I'm going to be able to come in and say, you know what, I need upgrade parts. So I could actually come up here and go to Sunny Capital, and I could do Ascension modules, or I could set this up to be producing upgrade parts, and you can do that at any capital settlement, by the way. Be able to pull those and get those started to produce. And we could say, you know what, I end up, I need some green heart planks or whatever, and queue them up over here. Then, of course, it seemed like there was planetary gear set. Someone had asked recently, well, where do I get the planetary gear set? Well, if you worked on your past, you can just make your own here. You don't have to spend your 8s on it. You don't have to go and deal with all the intricate refining and stuff. You could just produce them right here yourself. And after a couple days, you figure you're getting 1.26 an hour. You know, you fund that out with pieces 8. After a couple of days, you're going to have over, you know, probably over 50 or 60 of these things. So it's going to be pretty sweet to be able to do that with a lot of the items that are in this game, guys. So I do recommend that you know, kind of look at that. So I apologize for all of the UI stuff popping up, people asking for help. I do wish that's something that they would address to turn off some of these UI things. It's just frustrating to me where you can't turn off where people are asking for help. But we'll have to wait and see what's going on. So I do recommend that you check out your Pinnacle store. Now it is down. This Pinnacle store is down. As you can see, I have 8 smuggler points. I'm wanting to buy another Thunder Dragon cannon. It's not letting me buy it because the store, as you can see, it's flashing there. Something's going on within the system. That started after the reset. I imagine they're going to get that fixed. I hope they're going to get that fixed pretty soon. Until, in the meantime, I'll just continue to earn my stuff. So we are actually 14 days into this pass, effectively 2 weeks at this point. And I tell you, it went by pretty quick for me, being able to grind out these Thunder Dragon cannons and things. Played around, picked up a few boxes and stuff. These are definitely worth it. The materials chests, I didn't get just one item. I got a few of several, so it was kind of nice to grab those. Those would be kind of worth getting. Now, of course, the Tooling's Ascension chest. Now, I did only get one of each, an Ascension module and an upgrade part for one smuggler token. I didn't get multiples, but it's still really not bad because you're getting 2 for 1, so it's a pretty nice way. I mean, when you figure the sheer amount of these smuggler tokens we've earned in the past that was just giving us chests, I don't know how many hundreds of those things I would open every season and just get garbage, basically. So it's nice that we're going to be able to specifically choose what we want. Armors, furnitures, weapons as well. So those are going to be pretty awesome too. So again, a lot of great changes. A lot of things were addressed in the fix. A lot of bugs were taken care of. Few issues that they missed. Obviously, the Smuggler Pass Pinnacle store, I'm pretty sure they're going to get that fixed. I did go ahead and report that. I recommend if you get on your game and you see that it's messed up on yours too, that you go to the home screen. You can scan that little code and report it in, or you can go to the website address that they give you on the Ubisoft page. So definitely report those types of bugs so they can get them fixed up as soon as possible, because obviously you want to be able to spend those points as you earn them, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. I am going to hop off here and get back to the grind.